Part 1, Chapter 4. Still Raphael. So sorry, but I want to tell about Rat, and then I will hand over. Rat is a boy, 3 or 4 years younger than me. His real name is Junjun. Nobody calls him Rat, though, because he lived with the rats and had come to look like one. He was the only kid in Bahala that I knew of who had no family at all, and at that time I didn't know too much about his past. There were plenty of boys without fathers, and a lot like me without mothers either. But if you had no parents, you had aunties, or uncles, or an older brother, or cousins, and so there was always somebody who would take care of you and give you a bit of the mat to sleep on and a plate of rice. The thing about Rat was, he had nobody, because he'd come from some place way out of the city, and if it hadn't been for the mission school, he'd have been dead. Gardo and I went down the ladder with the candles. I'd put the bag under my t-shirt and tried to hold my arm so it wasn't too obvious. But it was as if people didn't want to see me anyway. Auntie especially was looking away and shifted so she had her back to us both. We crossed the roadway and were soon deep in amongst the trash. I better say the trash is alive at night. That's when the rats come out strong. During the day you don't see so many, and they stay out of your path. You get a surprise now and then when one jumps up, and sometimes you get a good kick and send one spinning. Not often, though. They're quick and they can dive, jump, fly and squirm their way out of anywhere. I followed Gardo and on either side I was aware of the little grey movements. There is light over because some of the trucks come at night. They're rigged up, big floodlights, and they're usually on. We'd gone left, right, over the little canal, and just about gets through, stinking of the dead. And then off we went into a lane only the trash people use, no trucks, and not even many people. It was dead trash underfoot, and it was damp. You were up to your knees. Soon we came to one of the old belt machines, but this one was disused and rotting. The belt itself had been stripped out, and the wooden panels had been taken. It was just a huge metal frame rusting away. The arm that held the belt pointed up into the sky like a big finger, and now and then kids would climb it and sit in the breeze. At ground level its legs were sunk into concrete piles, and underneath the legs was a hole. I suppose machines must have been down there at one time, because there were steps down, and they were slimy. Trash is often wet, and the juices are always running. Maybe the ground here was a bit lower. I don't know, but it was always muddy. We stopped at the top of the steps, and I called out, "Rat!" I called quite soft. I didn't want anyone to know what we were doing or where we were.